What a pleasure it is to be here today. This is just such an awesome club. And my name is Randy Perkins, and I'm proud to be a Rotarian, and I am so proud to be surrounded by Rotarians like you. Thank you so much for that opportunity to be here today. I'm a little bit intimidated because I'm being taped. You know, I really am an introvert, right?
Yeah.
Right. So, and I can't move around, but we'll make it. I really appreciate the opportunity to be here today, and this has been a 3-year journey for us. As a matter of fact, I want to ask this question. If you think today is a really great day to be a Rotarian, please give yourself a really big hand, please. Absolutely. That's the way it ought to be. Thank you. This has been a 3-year journey for my wife, Rita, and I. And we wound up in San Diego and spent about a week there, and it was just totally awesome. I had an opportunity to meet with Mark Maloney, our Rotary International President. I spent about 30 minutes with him. And I got to tell you something. It was just a fabulous experience. That was the highlight of our trip to San Diego to learn how to be governor. And Mark Maloney, what I like so much about him, he has a great heart. He's one of us because he's a good old Southern boy from Alabama. I just really was able to relate to him one-on-one, and I enjoyed that. He has an outstanding vision for Rotary. He believes that we should be flexible in Rotary. Flexible in the times that we have our meetings. Flexible when we have the meetings. Some meetings can be for different purposes, for service or kinds of things. So he believes in diversity. And his goal is to have our clubs 30% women. And I think that is a very exciting goal throughout Rotary. He has scheduled his Rotary International Conference for Hawaii. And so he asked me to say one word to you. Aloha, because he would like to see you in Hawaii. I asked your president to provide me with a brag sheet. Now, I want to tell you a few of the things that he said. First of all, it says, list 3 things to praise my club for doing well. And he was very complimentary. He said, Rotary leader with cart. We're the first nationally to come up with the idea of placing coin boxes in restaurants, etc. And this is Tom Fitzgerald's project. Tom met me in the parking lot this morning. Thank you for that. I love that welcome. Kernersville Club achieved Triple Crown for the 9th time, 8 of those being consecutive. And I got to tell you something, folks, that is something to really be proud of. And he says, our club is a giant family. I saw that when Arnold passed away, as well as when other members are indeed. Everyone may not want to be on the committee, but when singled out and asked to pitch in, our club members never disappoint. I asked him for 3 challenges. Continue to focus on membership growth. It's everyone's job, not just the membership committee. And your membership chair a few minutes ago stood up and said, invite people whose last names begin with A. And I think that is just an awesome way to go about doing this. By the time you get to Z, there's no telling how many new members you will have. Congratulations on that project. To become engaged, join committees. Don't just be a rhino. And support our CART corporate growth initiative by allowing our club to place our boxes in their companies. So then I asked him to identify a visionary leader. And I know that he really struggled with this. So he wrote a rather lengthy description about why he selected this one individual. And he said, Tom Fitzgerald took the lead role in our club for baskets on the table beginning July 1, 2017. Alzheimer's is something that is personal to Tom, as he has family members struggle with this crippling disease. Tom became so passionate about the initiative that in August of 2018, he came up with the idea of placing boxes at various restaurants for patrons to donate their loose change to the cart program. He started by designing and purchasing 6 boxes, followed by the Kernersville board approving the purchase of more. Tom's passion for cart has not diminished in the least. And he goes on to tell me how successful that cart program has been under Tom's leadership. And I would like to recognize him with this pen. Please give him a really big hand. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate what you do. That's awesome. I mean, it certainly is conceivable that your program will go national, and that's just totally fantastic. So, when Rita and I was in San Diego, we had an opportunity to meet our Rotary leaders at the very top, the Rotary International leaders, and that was volunteers and some small staff. We had the opportunity to meet zone leaders. We had the opportunity to meet a lot of district leadership, and I just decided in my mind after meeting all of these people that the most important person in all of Rotary is your president. And I would like to recognize your president, Jeffrey Jordan, for his dedication and his leadership in this club. Please give him a really big hand. How many club presidents do we have in here? Please stand. Everybody stand. All club. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Y'all give them a really big hand. That's fantastic. I want to tell you something that my mom told me a long time ago, and I've just kind of carried it with me all of my life. And I was just a young kid. She sat me down. She said, Randy, if you meet someone that has really great values, and you believe in them, and they believe in you, then you reach out, you latch on to them, and you call them a friend. That's probably some of the very best advice I've received in my entire life. And that happens. I mean, it happens to me, and I'm aware of it, and I'm conscious of it. And so I would like to recognize a person that has really been a huge help to me in my role as governor. And I would like for you to help me recognize Jim Friedenberg. Jim, where are you? I mean, that really makes me proud to recognize people like that. I have notes because I'm attention deficit, and if I didn't have notes, I would just stand up here and continue to talk mindless dribble for hours at a time. That's why I use notes. So I want to tell you a little story. About 20 years ago, I was asked to join Rotary. That in itself changed my life. And I would join the Alamance Breakfast Club. We were not sissies. We met at 6:45. Yeah. We met at 6:45 on a Monday morning. But it was a really great club, and it was just phenomenal. I was with the club for about 3 months, and I was asked to go to a meeting over here at Guilford Technical Institute. Has anybody ever been over there? Yes, we went there for years and years, and so my very first foundation meeting. And so I was just totally amazed. I mean, I was green as grass. I had no idea about Rotary. It was just simply amazing everything that I learned about the foundation. And then the governor came out and stood on stage, and I cannot tell you how impressed I was with Stuart Fountain. I mean, he was like my hero. So Stuart stood up there, and for the first time ever, he introduced Gold Club. And he said that Gold Club, for clubs that would follow the criteria, they would become very successful clubs because the Gold Club offered a pathway of success. And you just accomplish each individual criteria, check it off, move on, and when you finish, you have an outstanding club. And that became a tradition in our district for years and years and years. And you guys received the Gold Club medallion many times. And congratulations for that. It takes a lot of work to do that. Well, about a year ago, Stuart Fountain sent me this message, an email, and he said, Randy, you know, Gold Club's kind of dated. We may want to do something different. I mean, it's 20 years old now. So I asked our district governor-elect, Tommy Rosser, right here, and I asked our district governor-elect nominee, Chris Justice, and Slade Lewis, our assistant governor in Greensboro. I asked all of them to help me form this committee and to look at something different. And I still wanted to present to clubs a criteria that would outline a pathway of success. But I also wanted to level the playing field because we had small clubs that just didn't have the manpower or the resources to get the Gold Club. So for years and years and years, their work, really good work, was never recognized. So I wanted to level the playing field. So what we did was we went through all of that criteria, and this was 20 years worth of governors making their own individual changes and changing it to their personalities and styles and goals and what have you. We went through all of that, and we pulled out what we thought was the very best that we could find. And we came up with the Vision 2020 District Achievement Awards. And we leveled the playing field by establishing 4 levels. We have the bronze level, we have the silver level, we have the gold level, and we have the platinum level. So we feel like that the smaller clubs that can't reach gold or silver, they can reach bronze. And then a little bit larger clubs can reach silver. And then those clubs that have been churning out Gold Club year after year after year after year because they've got the machine already established in their clubs, everybody just picks a little part and does it, and so it's not really a challenge for them. Well, we added platinum because we wanted them to have to reach a little bit and do a little bit more. So I am really proud of our Vision 2020 District Achievement Awards, and as we have gone throughout our district making club visits, it has been so well received. And just about everybody, every club that we visited has set their sights on one of these medallions. What we will do is present that medallion at our district conference. And since we are changing it to our Vision 2020 District Achievement Awards, all of those banners that you've seen in the past at our district conference, we will give those to each individual club, and we're designing new banners. So we will start off with brand new banners for the year 2020. I really look forward to doing that. And my hope is that this club, with your history of accomplishments and achievements in Rotary and for this community, will strive for platinum, and I will be so proud to be able to present that platinum award to you. It's amazing going to each individual club. Every club has a uniquely different personality, and I just got to tell you, I pulled in the parking lot, I was getting out of my club, and Tom saw me, and he ran across the parking lot to shake my hand and welcome me. And I just think that is awesome, just totally awesome, and it reflects the fellowship of this club. As a matter of fact, when I was having breakfast, I looked around and remarked about the wonderful fellowship that you guys have with each other. It is just totally awesome. You know, I call it the magic of Rotary, fellowship, because fellowship becomes friendship. And I can tell that all of you have established really strong friends in this club because of Rotary. I was at our membership meeting last week before last. There was about 157 people in that room, and it was an outstanding seminar. And I closed the meeting, and I stood up and I looked around, and I asked this question. I said, how many people in this room knew me 20 years ago? I said, please stand up and jump up and down if you knew me 20 years ago. She was the only one to raise her hand. And I knew, and I had friends, and I knew practically everyone in the room. And that is the richness and the value of Rotary, is creating that fellowship that becomes friendship over time. I want to tell you the story. I went to, I love to fish. I hadn't fished much lately, and I felt so guilty about it. So I finally told my fishing buddy, okay, let's go fishing. So we decided that we would go to Costa Rica and go fishing, and it was a lifetime fishing trip, one I'll probably never get to duplicate. Went to this third world country and got in a taxi and went to this really third world village. It's called Nassara. And the first day we just caught tons and tons and tons of tuna. And so we decided we'd just eat tuna for the whole trip while we was there. I mean, it was so great. I mean, we even ate fresh tuna right on the boat. It was awesome. So, but I got to tell you something. As great as that tuna was, come Thursday, I'm like, I got to have me a cheeseburger. So we asked for a cheeseburger, and they says, well, get in your golf cart, go down the road about 1.5 miles. And so, and the cheeseburger place would be on your left. And so this was not really a road. This was like an ox cart path. Went down that road, came to this cheeseburger place, and you don't really go inside because it's all outside. Everybody eats outside over there. We went in and sat down. Sat right down beside of this young couple. And just about the time we got situated, the waiter brought 2 cheeseburgers over and set them down for that couple. And these were the biggest cheeseburgers I've ever seen in my life. They were like this big. And I reached over and I said to him, are those good cheeseburgers? And he says, well, my wife and I drive 2 hours once a month to come up here and eat these cheeseburgers. And we started talking back and forth and just having a great fun with stuff. He grew up on a cattle farm. That's all he knew, was raising cattle. He went to school in this little village about 1 mile from his farm. That's all he knew. Cattle farm, school in that little village. Well, he said, where are you from? I said, North Carolina. And he said, well, I lived in Michigan once. And I said, what? He said, yeah. I went my last year of high school. I was in Michigan, and I said, "Tell me about that." And he said, "Well, I was a Rotary exchange student, and it changed my life. Before I went to Michigan, my life was staying here raising cattle for the rest of my life. That's what it was. I was destined to do. But I went to Michigan. First time I'd ever been on a jet airplane. I got off the jet airplane in Lansing. The district governor says, 'Come on with me,' and I followed him around the corner, and we got in his private plane, and then we flew to his private farm where he raised cattle and landed there, and that's where I lived for a year." And he said, "Changed my life, because I decided that I would go to college, get a 4-year degree." So that's what he did. He went back to his farm, and they doubled the size of his farm, and he started producing beef. And he said, "The beef I'm eating came from my farm, and it's because I went to Michigan." And I got to tell you something, that is a great story, to go to a third world country and meet someone that sat right down beside of someone that had a huge impact from Rotary. Ladies and gentlemen, the magic of Rotary is fellowship. The passion of Rotary is service. And you guys have already found out the secret sauce of service. And I want to congratulate you for that. I love what you're doing for membership. The power of Rotary is our membership. And I appreciate your attendance at our membership seminar. And I do want you to know that the secret of Rotary is in our giving to the foundation. In Kernersville Club, I'm so proud to announce, you have 93 Paul Harris Fellows, 93 benefactors, 6 bequest members, 3 major donors. And listen to this, your all-time giving to the Rotary Foundation is $464,057. Give yourself a really big hand. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. That's just totally awesome. The hope of Rotary is through our youth. I want each one of you to think about how you can seek out, identify, and invite young people to join this club. You have so much that you can give to young people. Your wisdom, your guidance, your contacts, your help, your networking. It can mean everything to young people to come in here and get to know you as friends. I hope you will do that. The purpose of Rotary, and you guys have already figured this out. The purpose of Rotary is to do good in the world. And we do that through our clubs, we do that through our districts, and we do that through our international projects. In 2017, our Rotary International Board of Directors and our Board of Trustees for the Foundation approved our Rotary International vision that we use all over the world. In every club, every district, every zone. Now I'm going to read this vision, and I want you to decide if this vision fits you and this club. Together, and that's all of us. When I say together, that's all of us. We see a world where people unite, take action, create lasting change across the globe, in our communities, and in ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, that Rotary International Vision Statement fits you exactly. And I want to say congratulations and thank you. Thank you very much.